conflict. I'm Alpha.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Jarrell.
And I am Josh, and today we're here to give our final thoughts before the mid-season 9 premiere of The Walking Dead Sunday.
So, yeah, this probably won't be a long video.
Probably not.
As you guys have probably already seen our death predictions that we're hoping, well, I don't know if we're saying we're hoping for correct certain comic book deaths, but there's a couple that we don't want. But I say my final thoughts of the season. Super excited for the Whisperers. To see that coming from the comics live action, absolutely excited for. I just hope that, depending on where they take it, if we are going to be moving into the Whisperer War or anything in the season 10, that they kind of make sure that they build up, the Whisperers the way I'm hoping they should. Yeah. They have to give context to what they're about, what they're trying to do, and introducing Alpha, Beta, and have that there. So I don't know how much lines they're going to have, but I am,
very excited for the season 9B. I can't wait. I too am excited for this Whisper story arc.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I was kind of one that was hoping that we wouldn't get into a war. I like how they're doing it where we're not getting into a war right now, not possibly until the next season, so that's cool. But here's how I think the season is going to go. We have this event that happens at the graveyard. We are going to focus now on getting Jesus back, burying him, and then I think that we're going to go on a mission to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I think that Daryl and crew are going to find and come across a small faction of them, one of them being Lydia. They are going to capture Lydia, and then that, ladies and gentlemen, is what starts the whole introduction of Alpha, because that is her daughter. She's pissed off, and she wants revenge.
And like we've seen from the photos, with Alden and Luke going out and looking at these arrows, I have a distinct suspicion of something. I'm thinking they are being led into a trap. I'm thinking that because they're watching them, so they send out Luke and Alden to go look at something. Maybe they hear that maybe there's walkers in these woods. Go check it out. Maybe there's Whisperers in there. So they're seeing, because it's just weird to see an arrow in a tree.
Yeah.
And we've seen I think in the one shot Luke was holding, or Alden was holding, like 2 or 3 of them. So I'm thinking that maybe that they're putting these arrows in these trees, leading Luke and Alden further inside. Then they get to that point where they get surrounded, and then that's when Alpha appears. And we see the shot of her with the shock. I think that's that.
Well, the first shot we see of her is just of her like that.
Yeah, so I think as they're walking into the
completely agree with
I think they're walking into the woods, they see her and she's just like this, right? And then I think somehow they realize, oh, that's not a walker, and then they see these other ones,
Yeah, I completely agree.
But what did they do with them from that? I don't know. Then I think the whole thing begins hey, where's my daughter? Take me to your community. Take me to where you live at.
Yep.
And then that begins the whole confrontation with the hilltop. And how does Alexandria get involved? How does the kingdom? I think you've mentioned that. I think the kingdom's going to be out of it for a while.
I do. I think the kingdom is going to be completely blind to the fact of what's going on with the Whisperers, the Hilltop, and Alexandria.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be so concerned about the affair. They want to bring the communities together, and I think that we've seen shots of them bringing gifts on the road, and I think that is them trying to reach out to the other communities, and they get hit by the Whisperers. And then they go back to their communities because they've suffered so much of a loss, and they're completely in the blind and oblivious to what is going on. Because I think that what happens at the fair, and check out our previous video on our death predictions, because we go into detail about what major event is happening at the end of Season 9B. But I think that them being so caught off guard allows that to happen.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Because it's kind of like the only way it could happen.
Yeah.
Because, well, now I'm thinking, well, it could change now. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Just thinking because she's going to reveal herself to Daryl. So, and I don't remember if it did that way in the I think it did that way in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And she was still
not Daryl, but
right.
She revealed herself.
She was still able to infiltrate. But either way.
But again, that goes to the
nobody
point
knows
of
who
the kingdom being in the blind.
They don't know what she
they
looks
have
like.
No, not even they don't even know about the Whisperers.
They don't know anything. Yeah, to allow them
because
to be infiltrated.
We have to think at this point that the communities are still fractured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So much so that the kingdom is having this fair and wanting to bring other communities into the fair, but they simply cannot because the bonds are broken.
Yeah, and that's that line that Carol's mentioned. This might be our last chance. Is this with this fair? And I think she's kind of saying this might be our last chance to have the communities be one. Instead of all this bickering for whatever happened in the 6 years. Yeah, and I'm kind of hoping we get a little bit of insight. Just a little. I know that Angela Kang has mentioned we're supposed to get information on these scars of what, Michonne and Daryl have.
I hope so too. Yeah.
We might get a little insight as to what has fractured this community, all these communities. I don't want them to dwell on it too much because I think the Whisperer arc is a little more intriguing. But I think they should give some context to why these communities are the way they are, and then they're trying to fix that by having this fair. And then dealing with the whole Whisperer, controversies and everything. So I'm super excited. We have been doing so many Walking Dead videos. We could be doing more. There's so much stuff that comes out, but it's just like, we're so close that we just wanted to get our predictions and our final thoughts, and then start getting back to our reviews and our predictions for the episodes.
This was going to be a really short video. I mean, it was just an overall final thoughts of what we think is going to happen in the second half of the season 9, and just to close, I can't wait. I've said that numerous times, but we're definitely excited, and stay tuned for our reaction to the mid-season premiere on Monday.
Yes, guys, we are doing a reaction video for the mid-season premiere, our very first one. So we hope you guys enjoy that. We'll be posting up on Monday. So we hope you guys enjoy. So let us know your final thoughts of the mid-season 9 premiere, and stay tuned for our reaction video, and definitely let us know in the comments how you felt. Please, again, no spoilers to anybody who's already seen it in the AMC premiere. Lucky for you, we're going to be watching it with everyone else in the world on Sunday night. So thank you guys so much for watching, guys. I'm Jarrell.
And I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.